Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Donna, we haven't talked about what we're going to read about or anything else yet, okay?
No.
My question for you is there something specific that you want to Spirit to answer questions on, or do you want to just start with a general reading and kind of see what Spirit lays out there?
I think we can start with the general reading.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Spirit, Donna is asking for a general. Just let her know what she needs to know right here and now. Donna is going through some things. I know a little bit, but not a lot. And Spirit, she's looking for some guidance. What is your guidance? And in these cards, we have the Archangel Tarot Cards or Power Tarot Cards. All right. And so we're going to use these and ask the angels to step in to give Donna some guidance on what's going on and what she needs to do. So here we go. So Donna, in this first card, I call this the light card. It's the card right off the top after the cut. Okay. And the first thing we have here is the 6 of Gabrielle. Congratulations. You've done a wonderful job. What I'm really picking up here and what just hit me is for you to know you've done all you can do. Okay. This is, whatever's going on, don't feel like there's a stone left unturned. You've done it. You have a right to feel victorious. Okay. Congratulations. You've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project, awards, scholarships, or promotion. You know, Gabrielle, this would be the fire. Okay. Gabrielle is also communication. It's, this is air. I'm sorry, I said fire. Think of 6 of Swords, okay? You've done the battle, you fought. Doesn't mean you won, doesn't mean everything was successful. But you've done enough, and it is time that you not waste any more time with whatever this is. And it's okay for you to set your sights on a new project, a new place, a new thing, and be able to move forward. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does.
Okay. We have the 4 of Raphael. All right. A lot of 4s are happy cards, or they're talking about building a good solid base. But Raphael comes in for healing, for love, this would be like our cups, our water. Okay. But look at the way these cards are coming. Move on. And even emotionally, it's time to move on. Seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. It is okay for you to be happy. All right? Don't get stuck in something because of old ideals or things people our age have grown up with or whatnot. We can reject some of that. All right? And in this, 6s are about finding victory. This 4 of Raphael is about, a lot of times I tell people the 4 of Cups or the 4 of Water means being complacent, okay? In your case, that's not what I'm picking up is complacent. It's you're not complacent. You don't have to sit down and settle for anything, okay? Because it just is where it is. It's time for you to set your sight with your swords on your mind and everything. Go ahead and get over it, okay? And head to a new journey. We have the 4 of Raphael is saying, time to establish a new base in your emotions. It's time to show that you can be emotionally happy, but to do that, you're going to have to move on. There's some different things to look at and time to check out a new area. Now, I'm going to move this over here. Wow, you're getting Raphael, okay? Raphael. So, I am feeling, and we've talked a brief bit about it, that love, relationship, something in here is playing a toll. And what I want you to see how this says move on in your head, move on in your heart, okay? Because you can find and manifest true love. Love and blessings fill your life, okay? Harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. You can have that. The universe wants you to have that. Spirit wants you to have that. Okay. But it's up to you to make it. Sometimes we get stuck in some things, and this is saying it's time to let some things go and move on, because your happiness, it's okay for you to be happy. Does that make sense?
Yes, it 100% it does. Yes.
Okay. All
Makes
right,
total
good.
sense.
All right, I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit because these cards are a little bigger, and we're going to get over here so I can get a fourth card in here, and go like this a little bit. There we go. All right, close enough. And if I need to do this so they become easier to see, that's what we'll do. We'll change this around a little bit. And all this I normally do in a normal reading. It's just one of those things I want you to be able to see everything. Okay. Joy can be yours. And I think that's something we all forget while I'm stuck. Okay. Joy is yours to be had. Universe has given you everything. It's your choices. And what's funny is with this reading, I was upstairs before and just looking at some different things I look at just to kind of clear my mind or whatnot before I come down and get things ready. And I saw a saying by Osho, who's an old prophet, okay, that if you're miserable, it's because of you. If you're happy, it's because of you. All right. It's up to us to determine. We can't keep blaming our place in life or whatnot on other people. What are we doing to change it? And Spirit is telling you, Donna, it's okay to do some changing. Okay. And it's okay for you to be happy. This is a lot of emotional stuff here. Now, Ariel is our page. Okay. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you, scholarships or the pursuit of education. So, what I'm looking at here, let me get my brain right. This would be time to go to work. This is the page is going to be, Ariel is about getting real in the real world, basically like Pentacles. Okay.
Okay.
So, what I want you to understand here, this is that you got to find your passion about it, though. Okay. If there's something new you want to do that's going to make you happy, a new place you want to go, you've got to get that kind of like teenage spirit, that young adult spirit again that says, I am going to achieve. And you know what? If you've got children, I don't even know if you have children or not, but if you have children, they could be playing a part in helping you make this move. Okay. Or it's time to stop worrying about them if they're grown. Okay. And say, I've done everything for you. It's time for me to be happy. All right. Notice this is reliable, clever, educated, and balanced, but it's the page. All right. Find your passion. Look at this as someone that may come into your life to be giving you some guidance about how to move forward and how to relearn something and live your life. Is that making sense?
Oh yeah, it is totally.
Oh, okay.
And I just want to mention on the 10 of Raphael, is that a rainbow in there?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, it is. That, what better sign to show, look, we've got children in the back. It's just the whole family. My wife calls this card, or this card and one other card, the Hollywood endings. Okay. These cards are here to say, this is all yours. You've laid the ground. You've done everything you can do. Now, if you're not there yet, it's time to move forward, time to move on. Okay. You owe nothing to anybody. Okay. That's what this card is saying. You've done it. You've done your part. You've done your share. Okay. Get out of your head and move on. So hold on. Let's see this. Because, I picked these up because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the very bottom card. Okay. Which would be your shadow card. All right. And your shadow card is talking about you finding the world, how you can be happy, how you can take the next step to your enlightenment. And it says, and I quote, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. It's time to let some things go so some new things can come in, because what the overall reading is you're growing. It's time for you to continue your growth. All right. Do your study, like the page says. All right. Notice where the page is. She's in a library. Okay. Understand that this is one of those things. Get your brain in gear. Okay. And understand, come to a whole new understanding of where you're going and what you're going to be doing. Okay. So I'm going to put this card over here. All right. Can't really see it, but I'll move these up. But I don't want it to get confused in the cards. Any questions with these 4 cards so far?
No, but I just need to make a comment on the page of Ariel.
Yes.
Because that is true, because one of the questions that I had was, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to take a different route in what I was planning on doing, like healing people. I was told that I may prophesize.
Right.
So I find it ironic that the page of Ariel popped up, because that's more learning on something that I really need to dive deeper into.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
So there's your answer on that. Okay. And you said you had written that down as a kind of question.
Yeah.
This is saying, yes, dig into this knowledge, dig into this gift, dig into it and find out what you need to know, where you need to go with it. Because you're able, what we're trying to do here is talk about finding a new base for you to be happy in, and not just be in the hamster cage world. Okay. Yes. In the hamster wheel world, where every day is the same thing. You're happy, but you're just okay. Okay. You're going to make things work just because things work. This is saying you've done your part. It's time to move on. This is saying it's time to be happy. Find a base of happiness for you to enjoy and live and move forward and build something you want to build that's going to make you happy, feel loved. The 10 of Raphael, you can actually manifest everything again, all this stuff with family, with everything or whatnot, but still be you. Okay. You can do this and take another turn. And there's that page like we just talked about. So, I mean, that's really cool when you look at what this is saying. Okay. So now the next step. Solutions. Archangel Zadkiel. Okay. Success that comes from objective compromise. All right. Self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. We can leave some things behind. We can move on, find new things. Okay. Don't carry anger with you. All right. Solutions are solutions. You don't need to carry the bad baggage with you. Is that making sense?
Yes. I just discard it and move on from it.
Yes. Right. And you can still, if you're discarding something, someone, some place, you can still love that place, but move on from it.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
And a lot of people go through some different things. And I'm like, you don't like, especially some of my younger clients, when they're breaking up, I'm like, why do you feel like you got to hate somebody because you're breaking up? You're just hurt. You're upset. It didn't go the way you wanted it to go or whatnot. You don't. You can still love them, but realize, okay, it's not a balanced relationship, whatever it may be, but walk on. Okay. And this is a major arcana card. Finding that balance. These are what we call mundane cards, kind of like everything you need to do every day to start moving forward and break out and not be afraid. These are cards that speak up to say, these are kind of life-changing cards. If you need to move on, you have to come to terms with some things, come up with an actual solution, okay? And then you're able to move forward with love, with everything else. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess this is your major arcana hour. 17, the star. This is Archangel Jophiel. A dream come true. So something you've been wanting is on the verge. You just got to go get it. Believe in yourself. Stop doubting yourself. I don't know why I'm being told this. If this doesn't pan out, you tell me, and that's fine. Okay. But I just got stop being gaslighted. Okay. Okay. I had nerve. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Believe in yourself. This is not all you. Okay. You've done your part. The end of a difficult situation. The star is about two things: finding new direction, or it's about three things: finding new direction, finding hope, and healing. Okay. And I just feel like, man, when that came through, it's like I'm just being blasted with untruth.
Yes.
Would this be somebody not willing to take responsibility for their actions? Okay. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
All right.
100%.
Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's not you. Don't listen to their crap. Okay. It is time for you to, you know, hitch up your
Put on
giddy
my
up and
big girl
go.
panties and move on.
Yes. That's this whole reading is about that. The world. You want the world, you want the great gift. You want to understand it. And I think right now, one of the things about this card is you're still trying to understand what happened and what this person's doing and how can they think this way or whatnot. Guess what? Doesn't matter. It's about what you think, about what you do. Okay. And when you step into this enlightenment and let it go and go, you know what? Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't have to change somebody, change things or whatnot. I've just got to go, this isn't the life for me anymore. I am not one of those that believes, well, you promised. Well, a bunch of people promised a lot of shit and it never comes through. Okay. Release some of that. Okay. You held up your spot. And nowhere in my heart do I think that God wants anybody stuck in a relationship, okay? Because we either brought the wrong person into our life, okay? Or B, that person changed, is not living up to their side. So therefore, you don't get to live in a state of happiness, a state of joy, a state of love. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's up to you whether you can do that with this person or not. But it is saying everything here is saying time to do something different, get up and go. It is time. I do see you as being able to divine. I'm getting like a very divine connection, channel spirit. I believe I actually channel spirit. A lot of my messages, when I get them, when it comes through, I actually feel it like on the top of my head. Okay. So I'm just saying what my mind says.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And trusting that I'm trying to give you what spirit's telling me. All right. I believe you have that ability. Okay. Everybody can channel.
I do.
Everybody
Because
can.
I see it in visions. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, you froze up. Say that again.
I do have that because I see
Okay.
visions and words sometimes.
You write them down.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because I can't remember them in the morning.
Make sure you're keeping a journal. Okay. A good,
Yes.
strong journal. Okay. Of everything that you can remember. Don't beat yourself up when you don't remember everything. Okay. Because some of it, our brain fills in superfluous stuff for it to make sense to us. Is that making sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because sometimes I'll get visions or dreams, and I'm like,
yeah,
what is that? So I have to sit on it. I write it down because I'm never going to remember all the details to it.
right.
But then I go back and I look at it, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I understand what that meant.
Gotcha. And I'd love to work with you more on bringing that talent out or whatnot. So let me know. We'll go with there. And maybe this is the beginning of us doing that. Okay. And finding out how you can do this and move forward. A lot of it is, again, have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you're hearing. Believe what's the intention of your heart when you're hearing it. What's your intention of what you want to do with the information? That's key. When Jesus walked the planet, if we look at what was written down, he didn't write it down. All right. Other people wrote it down. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you read what they wrote down, everything he talked about was what was our intentions. Not about what law did we do, what law did we not do. Okay. It's about your intentions. Like he was without sin, cast the first stone. We've all sinned.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're into the Christian Bible, we've all sinned and come short of the glory of God. And I'm not saying that's my message, but I'm saying, yes, have faith and belief in yourself. Where are your intentions? Where am I going? Are you waking up every morning and reaching out to spirit, reaching out to your guides, reaching out and saying good morning to God the Father, God the Mother, which doesn't ever seem to get talked about too much. Okay. That divine feminine. You know, we have God the Father. That's just the male archetype. Okay. The masculine archetype of the hunter gatherer, protector, okay. While the female, the divine feminine, is all the same thing. Okay. But that divine feminine is about nurturing, caring, loving, bringing some beautiful things in. And when we start realizing that spirit is one and the same, it's all mixed into one, that's a powerful thing. Okay. Harness that. Okay. So you can use it and move on and have faith in what you're hearing and faith in what you're doing.
Well, I do that talking into my coffee cup every morning, like you
There you
recommend.
go. Yeah,
And
we've
I
talked
think
about that on the show.
Yeah, I do that, and it does make a difference because there's 1 or 2 days where I didn't do it, and I
Right.
noticed the difference.
Absolutely. We're, you know, if we're going to go on a big walk or we're doing something, you know, physical or whatnot, we stretch, we do things, especially the older we get, we better, sometimes the stretching is the workout, you know, but we all want to be spiritual and achieve this, you know, total enlightenment, like this 21 card talks about. All right. But we don't even bother to stretch. We don't bother to practice. We don't bother to train. Okay. And that's what this is saying. All right. Train it, use it, know it. First off, believe in yourself. Say, okay, you're not wasting time. But that getting up in the morning, spending 20 minutes just setting your brain, you know? These kids today don't know anything about having to warm up a car. Okay. You know, and you and I, yeah, see, you're laughing.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true.
Yeah. You know, they don't, you know, and even now I can click a button in my living room, crank my car in the garage. So when I get there, the heat's on, everything's toasty, you know, or whatnot. They don't know the feeling of having to go out there. And what do you mean you got to let the car heat up? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was part of working and driving. It's what you needed to do. Things have changed, but that need for us spiritually has not. Okay. We got to practice it. We got to go at it. And I want you to do that. We have
It's
another
like
card here.
strengthening a muscle.
Yeah.
Like strengthening your muscles.
Absolutely. Okay. What I see is down the road, you meeting someone who or being involved with someone, not necessarily romantically or whatnot, but there is somebody that can give you some great financial advice, or this person that's coming to your life, male, and has very strong financial background. Okay. And what this is saying is you're capable of it. Your plans are going to work out very well. Professional and financial success. Just keep using your resources wisely. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
You see how we get into all this and then we kind of kick off into the finances at the end, or we kick off into the real world? Because a lot of things we look at, Spirit's telling me a lot of times we look at all this stuff and people say, well, yeah, that's all fine and good, but that's not a pipe dream because my physical world won't allow it. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. We just may not like the speed or what we have to do to achieve it.
Yeah, because I think this world is built around instant gratification.
Oh, absolutely it is. I mean, holy crow. We've got whole reels and different things on, Facebook. God forbid they go over 30 seconds. Oh, well, I need you to pay attention for a minute. The first time somebody starts that out and go, I've got something very important, but I need you to listen to the end. Swipe. That's not why I'm here. I want to see the cat.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see the funny cat. I want to watch somebody fall off a building. You know, it's crazy where we are in our world, you know? So
Yes.
now we're getting into more. Here is the queen of Ariel. Okay. Success, mature, practical, generous, and happy. You get to be generous. You get to be mature. You get to stay practical. And here's what it says. Look at this. Okay. Nurture yourself and those you love. Who's important? Your children? I don't know, whatever that relationship is or whatnot. Now I'm being told, and I just got slammed in the head with it, of be careful about giving too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that you?
It's, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Borrowing money, ATM's closed.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? What's funny? I've been told the same thing. Okay. Not so much about my kids, but my generosity when I'm walking the street and homeless, things like that. Somebody calls my attention. Mr. Bruce will come back, walk back by and go, let's go. Actually take me by the arm, go, let's go. You don't need your wallet here. Let's go. You know, because again, we can tend to be over generous. Okay.
Yes,
and this is what I want you to do. And what this queen of Ariel, the queen of pentacles, the queen of this realm, earth, the physical world, is saying, nurture yourself and those you love. Go for the mani-pedi. Okay. Go sit in a salt room. I can see you sitting in a salt room and just absorbing. And you and I've never even talked about a salt room. Do you have a salt room near you or something like that?
Yes, and I was thinking about doing it.
Go do it. Go do it. Okay. Because that is one of those things. Purify yourself, take some time sitting in there, and then allow the spirit to come in. But time to pamper yourself.
And I also unpacked 2 of my salt lamps.
Oh, there you go. So this is saying things are opening up and saying it's time to take care of you. It's time to cut off some of this negative stuff. Do some purification. Okay. And if you need Gillian to work with you on some of that purification stuff, we'll talk to her. Okay. About chakra cleansings, things like that, or whatnot with crystals or whatnot. She'll do it from a distance right over here. All right. We'll be glad to talk to you about that. But this is one of those things. Yes, that's telling me you're feeling the need for some cleansing, for some purification. Sometimes you feel kind of dirty. Okay.
Yes.
And not like you're my little bad girl. Nothing like that. What I'm talking about is you just sometimes it's like, I got to get in the shower. I got to get in the shower because it's very cleansing. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about. So when you feel that urge, and Spirit said in this conversation, go to a salt cave. There's some cleansing that needs to be done. Okay. And some healing. That was that star. You know, now we're coming back to, we're back to the page of Raphael, that teenage spirit, a new emotional situation. As you step forward, as you claim this new life, as you start to take steps towards it, new emotional gifts and things, messages regarding relationships or social invitations. And guess what? Once we get there, once that heart light gets pure, things start being drawn to our heart. The love light comes out. And what does it say? Great intuitive insights. Okay. Wow. Think about it. Yeah. So you've got to become emotionally happy, emotionally stable, and go after this and find out and earn it, because you have so much left to give. And that's what's going to happen. Then okay.
It's a good one, I'm sure.
Archangel Jeremiah. Yeah. New beginnings. And a lot of other decks, this would be the Judgment card. And it looks like people rising from the dead. In this one, if you look, we've got a whole family, different things or whatnot, but starting a new life, finding your purpose. You've held on to this for so long, okay? It's time to start walking down that path. A forgiving, here we go with what we had with solutions, okay? A forgiving and compassionate review of the past. And you know who I want you to be compassionate to?
Me?
You. Damn Skippy. That used to be something I said all the time. Damn Skippy. I
Haven't
loved
said
it.
that in a
Okay.
while.
Yeah, I know. And I forget who got me to something, probably my next wife, but yeah, damn Skippy. That's exactly what we're talking about. Being kind to yourself. Because that's, you know what the next card is in the deck? That one.
Oh,
Our
wow.
world card. Once you step up and you start shaking, wow. Thank you, Spirit. Once you start stepping up, shaking off, reshaping your mind, going after these things for you, that you know what you want to do, and setting your sight on new goals, being happy, true love, finding that love within yourself. I just got told at some point you fell out of love with yourself because you felt you've done so much wrong. Guess what? That's BS. Okay. That's something else. Maybe not even this person, but that is something else that doesn't want you to progress. So they plant these thoughts in your head. Okay. And I want you to understand no, by coming and acknowledging new beginnings and stepping into a brighter light, this is your elevation and ascension to the higher consciousness, to that higher you, and being able to get in a complete different pattern with spirit. That's what this is all about. That's what this whole reading was all about.
It's so powerful because it's 100% on point. 100%. And when you were just talking, I had the vision of like when my dog shakes off the energy.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah. And we do that. And you've seen me, I talk to people, about, shaking things off, getting the energy, getting the vibes going. One of the things you can do is when you and I would give you this as an exercise every day, 2-3 times a day. And before you go to bed, okay, arms out to your side and start shaking like we've done before, shake like this. But now instead of just raising your vibrational, I want you to picture all the negativity of the day, all the negativity of people that have put their crap on you and everything else. I'm giving it to spirit. I'm letting it go. Stand by a window, open a window, okay? And let that go and say, I'm releasing to the wind, okay? Everything that is not bringing me further to my goal, okay? And that's what, So some of this is you falling back in love with yourself. Does that make sense?
I keep reminding myself that. Because, sometimes you'll say that. If somebody has a question on the show and you're like, do you love yourself?
That begins everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
How do we love somebody else? And I know we can throw our children in the mix, okay? That kind of the exception to the rule, all right? But it's one of those things where we can actually sit back and go, okay, how am I going to bring love and compassion to somebody else when I can't do it for myself? So yes, I go there, I know what they need, I can offer them. It becomes more of an ear thing and a head thing than a heart thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that true love for ourselves in our heart. Okay. Look around, be happy. You know what? Okay. And repeat after me. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
I say that all the time too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's huge. It's huge.
And a lot of times I'll say to somebody who's going through something, like my friend Jennifer,
right?
If she's going through something, I'm like, first of all, are you taking care of yourself? Because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of all the other things that you have to do?
You're exactly right. And a lot of times my wife gets on me a lot of times because I get so caught up in helping other people, I forget to go, wait a minute, got to pull the plug, okay? And recharge for myself. All right. And it's one of those things where it's very easy to say, very easy for a stewardess to say, if this mask comes down, make sure you put it on you before you put it on your child. All right.
Yeah.
But how many of us could actually do that? Now, when our children are adults, that's different. but we're
Yeah.
still
You're on
looking.
your own.
Our first thing is to look over to make sure, okay, you got it. And then I do it. That's our first instinct as a mama bear and as a papa bear. Okay.
Mhm.
But if we go down, now they have to take care of us.
Yeah.
And neither the mama bear or the papa bear want our children to have to take care of us.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Mhm.
And so keep that in mind of every day. Get up. When you start your routine and you're looking in your coffee, when you speak into your coffee, one of the things we forget to say is, Spirit, I'm worthy.
That's a good one. Yep.
Okay. Donna, Rob, man, my wife's lucky. Man, the people around me are lucky because I am charged today and I am ready to just take this energy out. These are different things we can do that just help us. And I'm really picking up that's where you think so much about other people, you're forgetting to take care of yourself a little bit. And you have to do a subtle reminder. Well, with you, it ain't so subtle because you got to do a big reminder to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because tell me if I'm wrong on this or not. Okay. And it's okay if I am. But somebody's asking you for something, asking you to do something, and you're saying yes before you even acknowledge what it is they're asking you to do. Because it's become a program response to help people.
Well, yes, but I've learned the word no.
Good. Okay. Fantastic.
And,
but you had to learn it, right?
I've used it. And sometimes, like in the beginning, when you start it, you feel guilty. Even if, like, no, I can't do it because I have something else to do and you don't have anything to do.
Right.
You feel guilty. But I don't care. No.
And
if I
and
can't
that's it. And just say, no, not today. Sorry.
Yeah.
And really, we shouldn't even say sorry. Nope, can't help you today. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So hope you have a great deal with that, and stop being sorry because we are apologized or we are programmed to apologize for everything. And it's time that we stand up and go, it's okay to say no, because if we're not careful, we're teaching our children that same death trap.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And when they fight out of it, we get caught in the crossfire. Other people get caught in the crossfire because they weren't taught how to do it in the right way. Is that making sense?
Yes, it does. Uh-huh.
Okay. Have you got any other questions or anything you want to do?
Can we look at my health? I don't feel like anything's wrong. I just want to check in.
What would you like to know? Just, is there a massive something you need to be concerned about?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go to a pendulum.
Ooh,
all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's do pendulum. All right. I'm going to bring up this pendulum. Okay. All right. Pendulum, I haven't used you for a while. Are you willing to work with me? Oh, yes. There we go. Has Donna got any major health concerns she needs to have addressed? Slowing down. No.
Okay, good.
No. And I like doing that. Sometimes it'd be a little tense when you're asking some pretty big yes/no questions for it to take time to go, all right, let me change directions. Okay.
Yeah.
But when I do that, that lets me know I didn't shift the direction. You know what I mean? So that was Spirit saying, right now, you have no major health concerns. I will tell you, as I would tell anybody else, if you got a doctor's appointment, keep it for a checkup. Do the right thing. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Anything else you'd like to know real quick or talk about?
No.
Okay. All right.
Amazing. Cool. I thank you so much for all your input.
You are quite welcome. Thank you.